sloppy, sensationalized tech journalism strikes again. Let's get right to it. I'm just going to go right to it. I've been just so eager since I became aware of this morning. I almost started the show early.
DougBot said, "Hi, how you doing?"
There's SpeakerBot working. And there is my audio confirmation. Tim Cruz sent me this email this morning. I don't think he's aware of the sloppy, sensationalized, irresponsible tech journalism here. From Tim Cruz to Doug, PC World article. Now, I already have it open up here because it takes a while to get to where you can see get all the way down to the bottom because they have so much advertising in here. I wanted to get all the way to the bottom after I realized how wrong this article is. I wanted to see if there's any comments. No, they have no comment section enabled. Surprise, surprise. So here's what the article is. Microsoft's remote desktop app is going away. Oh no! This would be bad news for me if this app that is depicted on this screenshot was going away. Wrong, Mark. Absolutely wrong. You literally don't know what you're talking about. Senior editor, PC World, saw the opportunity for a sensational title and just slammed together, look at this, slammed together 1, 2, I'm counting the paragraphs, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs.
Read chat, please.
5 paragraphs. Jeff says the PC World comment section is on Facebook. Okay, so I'm curious what they're saying there about it. Let me show you about this. This came out March 11th, 2025. This remote desktop connection is used by a lot of corporate users that are using VPNs. I have a client that uses this in a major way. And let's come down and look at this. Microsoft Remote Desktop app is one of the easier ways to remotely connect to a PC when you're out and about, allowing you to access the PC remotely and even perform some basic file transfers. Unfortunately, since October 2024 update, the app has had some issues. Well, that's not the problem with this article. If you need to remote into a local PC while on vacation, a local PC while you're on vacation would be the PC that's out there at your local location? No. There's a new way to do it. Windows app, which is replacing remote desktop app. It is not replacing, oops, sorry about that. It is not replacing this app. This one is not going away. Not by virtue of what's included in this article. In September 2024, however, Microsoft began rounding up some of its connectivity services and putting them inside what it calls Windows app. Yes, we think that name isn't the best either. However, Microsoft did so in a unified way to allow users to connect remotely from other PCs and mobile devices. Now, having migrated users over to the Windows app, Microsoft is removing support for the remote desktop app. There's a hint, there's a little bit of truth to that, but not this truth. Okay, no, it's not what it is. Let's see, download and installation. Must transition to the Windows app to ensure continued access to. Here's my, this actually I think was my first clue after the, no way are they doing this. To continue access to my Windows 365, Azure Virtual Desktop, and Microsoft DevBox. Those did not even exist when the remote desktop RDP, let's put it that way, when RDP was created. There's name confusion here. This is all about Microsoft and their stupid way of naming things. Let's see, look at that. Okay, so I went on to the Microsoft Store this morning and searched for this remote desktop app. It is there in the Microsoft Store. Let's bring it up. Let's bring it up here. Microsoft Store, remote desktop app. This is what's going away. Not MSTSC. Desktop. Spelling, Doug. Spelling matters. Down here, remote desktop app. That's what the icon looks like when you come in here. Here's Microsoft Remote Desktop. This is what's going away right here. It says we're no longer updating the Microsoft Remote Desktop app for Windows with new features for best Azure Virtual Desktop, Windows 360, yada, yada, yada. Now, here's what it looks like on Baby Beast. This is what that app looks like. It's nothing like what that picture shows. It's a different animal. Let me come over here. If I go to the Windows button on Baby Beast, then click on the letter A so I get alphabetical listing, and then go to R for Remote Desktop app. Here is Remote Desktop. Notice that icon. When I come over to Big Beast, I'm going to switch over to the Big Beast screen right now. Go to the Windows key and then click All. Click on the letter A to get the alphabetical listing and go to R. Remote Desktop app is not installed on Big Beast, but watch this. Oops, I got to take this off screen for a moment because I got to remove a client specific information. Well, I can show this much. Windows key and then type remote. Here's Remote Desktop connection, different icon, right? Now I have to take that off screen when I click on it because it'll have the name of client's computer. So there I took it off. This is what came up, remote desktop connection. If I go show options, look at what that looks like compared to back to this screenshot on this article. They've got the wrong remote desktop connection app shown here. It is called app in some places. Let me show you this, MSTSC. Right here it says remote desktop connection. Right there it has the word app, right? Okay, that's not too confusing. If I open file location for that, then that brings me to a shortcut. Right click on that, choose open file location. It's down here, MSTSC. Right click on that and properties. This is an actual executable, a .exe file that has been included in Windows. Well, I think it was with Windows 95. I think it was there. Now, it used to be, I'm pretty sure that it used to be listed in Windows features on or off, but now it's listed in here as remote desktop connection. If you uninstall this, then that is no longer available. And I wasn't totally certain about that until I decided I better check this out. So I did actually remove that from the programs listing on this computer and proved, yep, yes, indeed. When I then come back to the Windows key and type remote, I no longer have this app available. It just hurts to call it an app. It's a program. It's an executable file. So Jeff, if you looked at those comments in Facebook, was there anything implying this is wrong at all? This is going to be a nothing burger to the people who really care about remote desktop connection. So good morning. It is March 14th, 9:08 and 35 seconds. Ding. And this is Live Windows Training with me, your host, Doug Betts. Now, let me come over here, say hello to people in chat. Then I got some other topics lined up. Pop out chat. Let me get my counter still up there in the bottom right corner. I pinned. Oh, you know what? Let's take care of this first. Tim Cruz, you brought me a topic you didn't know. I don't think you knew. I'm going to give you points for that. Let's do that as 2000. Oh, what name is he in here as? He's got to be in here under a name. He might not be here. Participants. Is he here with any name? Nope, I don't see him, so I can't give him points. Too bad, so sad. Zoom this in a bit. Ski Man, I have a pinned comment from Ski Man that he put in 3:15 a.m. my time. I pinned this about 3:45 a.m. I think, something like that. Yeah, I was up. Good early morning, Doug in chat. Toto, Africa, Mitch Morrison's favorite band. Yeah, that was the trailer today. There's a link in the description for that. And I actually selected that this morning in honor of Mitch is going to be on Carrie's show today, building his birthday build with parts that he has purchased. And there's a redirect today to go to that show. And this link right here is a video that they actually pieced together from, let's see, did that bring it up? From editing multiple videos, and just posted it about a month ago. Let's go here. Yeah, and so it shows the day number 1 of building this computer right here that has 2 computers inside of it, 2 motherboards, 2 power supplies, everything, 2. And down here it shows 1 month ago that they posted that on January 22nd, 2025. So it gives portions of all the different episodes of where they were building on that computer. And humorously gave it the title 29-hour build. Well, you know how Carrie's shows go. It's not all 29 hours of working on that computer. It's probably 29 hours of show time. And thank you, Carrie, for doing that. Awesome. Martin Hogg, hello everyone. Is that the first one here? Because sometimes that pinned comment hides it. Nah. Oh, Ski Man points out this timestamp that he puts in there. He gave another comment that probably is no longer visible. It says he first introduced me when I showed up to pick up the computer at 1:01:53. I don't think that's quite right either. I don't think that's quite right when I show up in their studio. Anyway, I'm going to move on. Martin Hogg says, oh, you know what? Let's do this. Add points. That'll be 1,000 for the Ski Man. Oh, it just occurs to me. I think I pinned that earlier. No, I didn't. All right. Anyway. Martin Hogg, hello everyone. Sorry I missed yesterday due to the time change. Is this permanent time now? Martin, I did not change the time of my show at all. What happened is in the USA, we changed to daylight savings time that last Sunday night. So from that point until the last Sunday of March, you're going to perceive it at the time that you're seeing today's show. But the last Sunday of March, UK goes to British summertime, which means you move your clocks ahead an hour. So at that point, I'm going to be back to the time that you have become accustomed so that you can enjoy the lifestyle to which you have become accustomed. So yeah, that's what that's about. It's daylight savings times issue. We do it at a different time of the year than you do. John Williams says, good morning, Randy Israel, Howlis Jones, Chris Garrett. Yeah, I answered that. I showed you the date when that video was. William Dawson, Stephanie Pearl. Hello, this is Ski Man. Oh, yes, on his wife's laptop. I remember that. Confusing. My glitch PC is glitched out at the moment. And this chat message that somebody just put through is what? Last Saturday night, early Sunday morning. Yeah, it was last Saturday. I think it was actually 1 a.m. technically on Sunday morning. So 1 a.m. when a clock strikes 1, you actually change your clock to be 2 a.m. So I think technically it's not Saturday night, it is Sunday morning. Phil says, this has me confused as an AILLM. Let me go to another topic. Unless there's another orange, I'll hit an orange. Jeff Ryman, PC World comment sections and Facebook. Maybe, maybe not. I'll go see if they've made any comments about that. Forbin Colossus, regarding that app word, did you know Steve Jobs never used it? He called app software at Macworld when he showed the iPhone. So app is some marketing speak. Interesting. I did not know that. Although, is that sensational journalism? Have you researched that? Do you really know that to be the truth? No, I believe you. That time of 10537 refers to when you were first introduced, January 5th, 1937. Oh yeah, January 5th. I almost fell for that. I almost fell for that hook, line, and sinker. I was about to deduce that Brian Lightfoot was giving us the correct timestamp in that video where I was introduced. You told him Sunday night. Oh, did I? I didn't intend to. It's what's clear in my mind. It's Sunday morning.
Read chat, please.
Brian. I just read that. I don't know what you're saying there, because I just read a Brian comment. Brian. I have no idea what you're trying to guide me to do there. Something else from Brian? You got to give me more than that. Yeah, no idea what you're talking about there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm lost. Phew. You could explain it more. Now, let's see. I have another email to discuss. I got an email from Xfinity. We're giving you faster speeds at no extra cost. To me, little old me. Your download speeds are now 100 megabits per second faster, and your upload speeds are faster too. Well, I showed not too long ago that my bill shows that I have 1 gigabit service. Let's see what I actually have now. I did test this, last night or this morning? I don't remember. I only work here. See how it looks now. Yeah, last night I got up to about 800, so it looked better last night. This upload speed is not any better, but last night when I did a download speed, it did look better by about 100 megabits per second. Not my upload speed. That's what I care more about, because that's what I bump up against sometimes. Then in channel comments, here is a question that somebody sent very kindly from channel comments. You know what, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and hit these two from Tim Cruz regarding internet speed issue. He says, yay, it's fixed now, Doug. No more issues. So I'm assuming he got his speed up to where it belongs. And then let's look at this one. Need to reply here and get my Windows key V to bring up clipboard history. Scroll down to my pinned comment for today's video link, and then, oh, it's disappeared. Let's see, where is my, I don't see my time. Oh, I see what happened. It loaded one of those, the link I clicked on to there. So equals 1100. That's a good convenient round time. And a thumbs up and a heart. And I can go ahead and do the reply. My Seagate, let's go. Oh, I can't zoom in more. Well, I have the red dot. There, that'll do it. My Seagate 4 terabyte external, Jasta. Hello, Jasta 12. Thank you for the question. My Seagate 4 terabyte external portable stopped responding after about 6 years. Tried plugging in with different cords and different PCs. Is there any way to recover the contents? Yes. Only need the past 3 months when I stopped backing it up. Oh no. Apparently Jasta had been quite the responsible person, and previously, up to 3 months ago, had been backing up his external hard drive to some other location, cloud or whatever. Stopped doing it 3 months ago. Darn! Isn't it gonna bite you when you stop being careful? So what can we do about this?
Chat, please.
Take a quick, whoops, doggone it. Every time when I have that red dot, I can't do other things with my mouse. I will catch that, Martin, in a little bit. Finish with this thought first. So you did not mention that you tried a different AC adapter. Usually a drive of that size is going to be a spinning hard drive. That's not running off of USB power. That's going to be running off of an AC adapter. So if you have a voltage meter, you can test the tip to see if it's outputting the voltage. There still could be something wrong, that it could be producing enough voltage at a low amperage level, but it's not enough to run the drive. So that's one thing to do. You could, if you have another AC adapter that has the same connector and the same voltage amperage rating printed on the adapter, you can safely use a different adapter for an external drive. There's some environments where that's a little bit risky if there is any intelligence in the AC adapter, but an external hard drive is not going to have any intelligence in that adapter. The drive isn't going to be communicating with the adapter. They aren't that critical. So you could try another one. You could try your adapter on another device that uses the same thing. You know, the voltage meter as I described. You could buy another adapter. Now, if that checks out, if your adapter is okay, then the next thing you can do is disassemble that external drive and remove the drive that is actually physically inside that enclosure. Then attach it to a computer using a USB cable. Let me grab one. Like this right here, very easy to buy off of Amazon. You're looking for a SATA to USB adapter, and then you might be able to just access what's on that drive as it is. Now, you also haven't said anything about whether there's any lights coming on or whether you hear it spinning. If you hear it spinning, then your AC adapter is probably okay. Once you've the reason for removing it from the drive is if that drive enclosure is not communicating with your computer. You actually said that it stopped responding after about 6 years. Now, the way I interpret the word responding is you plug it into your computer and the computer does not register it as even being there. Possibly on your external devices icon down here in the bottom right corner, maybe it shows up there because maybe the drive enclosure is showing up there. Let's see, do I need to turn that off to back show that? This one kind of looks to me like a mouse. If it registers there as being connected, it might be internal circuitry in that drive enclosure that's not being able to interact with the drive itself. So then is when you would take the drive out and connect it through a USB adapter. Then if you still can't get to it, now you're looking at sending it to $300 data recovery to recover what's on it. If you're that desperate to get to recover what's on it. There are some other recovery tools. At that point, you get a little bit dicey. If you're not willing to pay the $300, then you can go do some Google searches for other drive recovery utilities to try to access it. It'll make a difference as to whether you can tell that it is spinning or not. By putting your fingers on it when you have it connected to the computer through the USB adapter and feel some vibration, you may be able to hear it. If you hear that clicking noise, just massive clicking noise like crickets that can't make up their mind whether they want to make the noise or not, that's something that is definitely hardware, and you should send that to $300 data recovery. You're unlikely to recover that with a data recovery tool, although I have heard on a couple of occasions of that being done successfully. So I think that's all I have to say on that. Now in chat, if anybody has something in chat specifically on that subject, please use a read chat please to guide me to that so that we can try to cover that in the same time period that I sent a timestamp to Jasta.
Read chat, please.
Greg M. Yeah, Greg M. Some external hard drives, whoops, do not use SATA drives, but proprietary controller cards on the drive. Hopefully no encryption was enabled on the drive. Some external hard drives do not use SATA drives, but proprietary controller cards on the drive. Interesting. I have not come across that. I find it hard to, can you give, I'd be curious to delve into that. If you don't have it now, fine, but in a future date, if you're able to give me like a Amazon link or something about an external drive that does not use a SATA drive inside the enclosure, that just seems strange. Why would they manufacture a proprietary drive that isn't SATA as an external drive? I'm very interested to know more about that. And encryption would be okay if he has the key. If he has the key for unlocking the encryption, he'd be okay. Those adapters do not usually have sufficient power to allow the drive to work. What adapters? If you have an adapter that has the same voltage and amperage rating, that does have enough power. Amperage is the power. Voltage is the voltage. I don't know what you mean by those adapters. Oh, I do know what you mean. You're referring to these. Good point. Thank you for mentioning that, because you would need a different adapter. Good point. Thank you. Where is it? Where did you hide it? Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. If that's one that, particularly if it's a 3.5-inch drive, you're going to need a separate power. So that means an adapter that has a SATA connection and has a separate wire for power that comes from AC. Good point. Thank you for mentioning that. Man, so much so. Phil Stodd. All right, here you go, Phil. Is Ken Stout in the chat? Because he's the only one that has figured this out that I know of. Let's see. That's pretty darn good. Let's go 1500. Oops, I got to copy this. Remembering how to do this. So Phil Stodd there, that adds 1500 points to what does he have so far? That brings him up to 4350 for today. Yeah, that's what I was referring to there, Lawn Dog. And 3.5 spinning drive would definitely need AC power. A 2.5-inch spinning drive might also. Noitus readable without WD enclosure. Is that referring to something? Oh, here's a sheet for Western Digital. Hard drives. Okay, he says, no, he wants me to notice this part. I'll just take this up to that point and see what he's got there. Bring up that page and then Control F, Control V, readable without WD enclosure. Yes. So no, my book is not readable without the enclosure. That would imply to me that the enclosure is doing some kind of encryption. Is that what they mean? Readable with new enclosure. That's interesting. Okay, I will look into that a little bit more. Thank you for that. Let's go do this. You just don't know yet what I have in mind about these points, right? Let's give that 1500 and then paste that. Look at the number 3 footnote. The drive controller board only has a USB connector. There is no SATA to USB board. Okay, the drive controller board only has a USB connector. Man, I'm tempted to order one of those and tear it apart. The drive controller board. So is that the controller board that's actually on the drive itself? That's not a controller board that's in the enclosure. So it's saying even if you have to cut into the enclosure, that there is no traditional drive inside. There's got to be some kind of cost savings to them because I can't imagine it's any feature. Readable without. Okay, so that was footnote 3. So here's a footnote 3. Easy Store Portable. Western Digital Elements Portable USB 2.0. That one is one of these. All right. That's what the enclosure looks like. 6 terabyte Elements Portable. And what was his? 4 terabyte. No, but his is Seagate. So no, I'm not going to go after that because we're not questioning whether his can be disassembled. We're questioning my comment about disassembling. Now, I got to see if I have other things that I wanted very, very much to cover today's. Doug, why do you mispronounce words once in a while? I just do. Get over it. All right. This free AI just killed Photoshop. I went poking around at some AI stuff this morning, and the one that I went into was also promoted on this AI search YouTube channel, and they have a companion website, and I was sorely disappointed. So it wasn't this one that I was interested in, but then I went back and looked a little bit more at this one. Almost every one of these comments, people totally dissing him about his use of holy smokes over and over and over, and this is insane over and over, but a whole bunch of stuff in here saying about this just does not. I've tested it, mostly got miserable results. 100% did not kill Photoshop. I just wasted an hour. Just tried it, not working at all. I don't share your enthusiasm for this. There's a lot of AI claims out there that apparently are just very, very thinly developed to just get some money coming in from the people who would just blindly, oh, I'll go pay for this and try it. Just total scam and junk stuff. Anyway, as long as I'm ranting today, I figured I'd do that as well. This is Carrie's video from a month ago, or January, whatever. The speed test, the Western Digital, and that. So yeah, I think I got it all. About to shut the show down. So if there's anything else I need to look at, please direct my attention to it. Danielle Emberley, I recall the Western Digital MyBook 3.5, yes, had the special encryption, unlike WD Essential series. So I would suspect if the encryption is created by the drive enclosure itself, you'd probably have to jump through some extra hoops to actually get a decryption key from that. Yikes. And we don't know what content Jasta had on that drive and whether it's actually critical content or not. All he says only need the past 3 months. So prior to that, he was backing up this external drive. And whatever has been put on in the last 3 months, he needs strong enough to come asking questions here. Jasta, if you're still watching, hopefully you didn't stop after I moved on to another topic. If you're still watching, we'd be happy to follow up with you. You can reply again, or you can send me an email to this address with more information, more questions, and we're happy to follow on this topic with you, trying to help you find a solution. If you don't, and I've had this happen many times in my tech career, if you don't keep going on it, trying to find a solution, you will never find the miracle solution. And I have done that many, many, many times, enough that it keeps me going in trying. And I'd say I have a pretty high success rate of pulling a rabbit out of my hat on things that look useless. Now, there have been a few examples on this channel where it seems like the statistics were less favorable in things that I have gone to excessive extents on this channel and wound up concluding, nope, can't do it, than what I have done in my actual consulting, because my consulting is with end users. What comes to this channel when it's a hard topic is usually something that has already been attempted with other technicians. He just gave 1,500 points to a username, add points. Did I do that again? I did that yesterday. I've got to get right about this. There's one. That one was done right. This one was done wrong. I was trying to give that to Greg, I think. Let's do it this way. Copy that. Paste that. Spacebar once, and then put his name in correctly. Not incorrectly, put his name in correctly. That brings him up to 5,250 points. Let's see if anybody has figured this out. Oh, yeah, I can't search it that way. Nope. Oh, now I'm just all messed up. Where was I at? Hello, Jim, Forbin Colossus, Steve McCure. Just trying to mention names that I haven't already mentioned. Don't intend to skip anybody. Wow, that's much better. From Alice. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. See you later, Jim. Going to lunch. Stephanie Pearl, hello. Oh, that was know who that is. Got the same Xfinity email. It did go from 15 megabits per second to 45 megabits per second. Same speed down, 800, but actually getting 940. What? We got the same email from Xfinity. Our upload speed did go from 15 to 45. Ah, same speed down, 800, but actually getting 940. Got it. Martin, I posted a joke about Brian. Let's go look at all of Martin's chat comments today. Oh, Brian, now I laughed before reading it. That doesn't count. Brian Lightfoot went to the doctor. The doctor said, doctor, please, can you help me? And said, Brian Lightfoot went to the doctor and said, doctor, please, can you help me? Every time I speak to my wife, I end up on the floor. Doctor says, just stop speaking to your wife. I like that. I like that. That got a little bit of a chuckle. Indeed it did. Indeed it did. There we go. Yep. Now it's going to be 1,000. Whoops. Almost did it again. Go back here. Oh, that's interesting. I did a Control V and it picked that's right. It picked the prior thing that I pasted, even though it wasn't the most recently thing that I copied. It just hurts to be English literate. I think I need to go. I wish I had a more graceful way of scrolling. See there, it skipped again. Oh, your new speed. That's what she was referring to. Thank you, Alice. Free membership for life. They don't even have a mechanism for me to grant free membership. All right. So today is Friday. Got a redirect all set up for Carrie's show. You can send a question to this email address. Tomorrow I'm planning to have the normal Saturday show. Normal? Well, yeah. What my Saturday show is normal. That doesn't mean it's a normal YouTube show. If that makes sense. You can put a comment in any of my videos. You can ask a question in the chat room. The best thing to do is send an email or a comment. And between those two, the best thing is an email that has pictures, screenshots, things like that about whatever issue you're dealing with on your Windows computer. Myself in the chat room will try to help you solve it. All right, catch you later. Have a great Friday, everybody, and a good weekend. Yeah, great Friday, but just a good weekend. I didn't say great weekend. Now, tomorrow I might say great week. Get out of here. Just go.
That's all, folks.
Tune in 6 days a week for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you've dreamed. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. At LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts or simply where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Tune in 6 days a week for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you've dreamed. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. At LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts or simply more deeply VB, where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme.